Hello, my friends. How are you? I know, weird night, right? But I had some things I wanted to show you. We've been talking about this all week, and I wanted to stop by and show you how this goes and tell you about some of the things that are coming up. So here I am. I'm just vamping because I want to make sure that I'm live. Okay, Facebook says I'm here. Yay! I love it when Facebook tells you that you're live. You know, like, I didn't know I was alive before you told me. Thank you. I'm fine. Facebook says I'm fine. I'm looking over here at my computer to see if it has you. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let me know when you're here so that I'm not talking to myself. And I'll turn the volume down so we don't hear me in both places. All right, great. We've been talking about simple layouts, scrapbooking for days, weeks, months, what have you. I'm getting deeper and deeper into hey, Kathy, I want to know more. Like, I think we have the Cricut part down, or at least I have the Cricut part down. So now I need to work on more of what's my process. I want to share that with you about how we do things. So, hey, Jean. I know, right? I'm glad Facebook agrees. So a couple things I want to show you, but I'll share my screen in a second. Let me get to where that is so that I can show you. Okay. So this is caramiller.com, super easy to find. You will notice that if you are not on my mailing list, please click there and get on it because I don't want you to miss a thing. There's so many things going on in the world, and Facebook doesn't always show us. So at least if you're on the mailing list, you will get a weekly update. I promise I won't bombard or fill your mailbox. Many of you are already there, but if you're not, please do. And I have this cute little list that I've been working on, 50 things about Cricut that I bet you didn't know. You probably knew half, or maybe you knew 3/4. If you've been with me for a while, you might even know them all. But it's fun to read through them and fun to share with some friends. So I will send you that in the mailing list. The other thing that you should be aware of, the Brandy new subscription box starts February 1st. That's next week. If you're not in it, you still have time. After February 1st, it's going to close. It won't be available again until the end of the month. So you'll miss all of February. So you want to get in it now so you don't miss out. What are we doing in there? Well, let's take a look and see. We're going to go into the classroom, which is right here. It also will bring you there if you click on the cute little picture. Remember, the subscription box is digital. That's not it. I'll fix it so it does take you there, sorry. The subscription box is digital. Nothing comes in your physical mailbox. It all comes in your inbox. Hey, Vicki. And what we're going to get, see right here, subscription box includes, I'm actually in the classroom right now. You will get, so basically you're going to make 3 2-page layouts each month, minimal. You're going to make those with me. But maybe you're going to make more too, but you're going to do that. There's a video to help you do it, so you're not just floundering around on your own or having to run to YouTube to try and find something. Now, you can certainly go on your very own inspiration and do it yourself, but we'll get you started. Jeannie, you're not seeing me? You're not seeing my screen? Oh, maybe it's not letting you. You know that? Well, it should, though. Anyway, come back to me. We don't need to worry. Anywho, you will have a private Facebook group. I forgot what I was going to tell you. I lost it when I realized that you couldn't see me. We have a weekly title. Jeannie, can you see me now? Yeah. Lana, you were seeing my screen? Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know. Well, anywho, please let me know if you're not in it and you're wondering if it's for you. It is not all Cricut all the time. It's all scrapbooking all the time. Oh, good, good. It is Scrapbooking with a Cricut, yes, but it is scrapbooking. We're going to do all kinds of scrapbooking things. So anywho, I'd love to have you join us. But you only have until February 1st, and then it's going to close up for a bit. And then we'll reopen it again because I want to be able to give the attention to the people that are there and not have people popping in late and having to catch up. Okay, enough about that. The next piece I want to talk to you about is there was something posted on the blog that talked about the anatomy of a simple layout. It sounds gory, but it's not. We're doing that tonight. We are going to talk about how to build a simple layout, and it's kind of different, I realized, than what I used to do when I first started scrapbooking. So let me bring you down to the desk. All right. And I have this printout, which, Jeannie, I did. Those of you that are in January, there is a coupon code. Go back in, and I'll tag you in the post, Jeannie. It's in your Facebook group for January. I did. But it was kind of hectic when we did it. So yeah, let me get you that. The question that Jeannie asked is if I'm in your January membership, do I get a discount code? And yeah, you do. I take care of the people that are here, I promise. I send you presents. This is going to be in the free classroom though. So if you're not in the free classroom, you're going to want to be there. Let me see if I can show you that, where that is. I think I can, yeah. All right, so you're going to go to the classroom, which go to Kara Miller, click on classroom, and you're going to want to be the free Facebook Lives. Go in there. It's free. Free. And in there, I will put this anatomy of a simple layout. Now, obviously, everyone does it their own way, but I thought I would give you an idea of how using simples has changed what I do. I will say back in the day when I first started scrapbooking, I would start with a packet of photos that I picked up at the drugstore, right? Remember, we'd go get those photos and you'd pick them up at the drugstore, and so your layout was limited to what was in the packet. If you only had 3 photos of Susie, you weren't going to do a layout that had 4 photos, right? Or if you had 17 photos of the birthday party, you were going to do a 2-page layout with as many photos as you could get on it. Well, it's different now because now we use our phone and we print out what photos that we need. So I find myself, and I didn't really realize it until I started to think about this. I find myself, I start with the simple. I start with a simple that I like. And I have listened to some of you that have been working with me for a long time, struggling, trying to find just the right simple. But if you do it this way, you just start with the one that pops up in your feed first. So this one, if you are in my January membership, this is from The Sweetest Honey. I think it's number 1. Might be number 2. But it's one of the SVGs in the January class. Okay, so I start with that. All simples now come with a shadow layer. It's optional. You can decide not to do it. The reason I do that is I love the look of a double matted photo. We talked about this the other night. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, that's a lot of paper and I don't want to waste my cardstock under there. Well, remember, you can always set it up to cut things through here. Remember, Cricut is what you see is what you get. So you can set up your screen so that things that you're going to cut out will be in the center of here. I know, super cool. And then it won't even show once I put my simple down. Okay, so I start with my simple, and then I add, and I asked you guys earlier what this or that, and we got to vote for everything. So I went with Sweetest Honey. I choose my paper pack and sticker set from Close to My Heart. Now, there is no reason that you have to go out and buy that if you already have enough paper to wallpaper your whole house. It's okay. But if you want to do what I'm doing and you want it to look the same, I will give you the links of what I purchase. So I picked the Sweet as Honey paper pack, and I kind of have a collection here, so some of it's paper pack, some of it's cards. I really liked this one, and so I have a bunch of different things, but I'm going to try and just use what is in. This is the sticker set. Close to My Heart has a sticker set for every one of their pattern papers. Do you know, and again, I feel like such a ninny, someone in the group of makers, people that are like me, that are decided that we're going to make a business of Close to My Heart, so like I should know what I'm talking about, called it the B&T paper, and I had no idea what B&T paper was. Background and texture. It's the pattern paper, folks. I don't know what that means, but it's pattern paper. It's the one with the designs on it, is the B&T paper. If you ever see that. It sounded like bathroom and toilet is what I thought, which didn't make sense. Yeah, that's where I was. There's also, every one of the pattern packs has coordinating cardstock that you can pick up. If you know that you are going to love this and you're going to want more layouts, then grab yourself the coordinating cardstock. It's solids. It's all just the cardstock. But remember, Close to My Heart cardstock, let me show you both sides. It has a light and a dark to it in all their colors. So even though you get two sheets which look like the same, you could easily use them for contrasting colors. All right. The pattern paper, or the B&T paper, comes in a pack, and you get, I've used a lot of this one, but I have this one left, which is kind of cool. I have it upside down, sorry. Beehives are upside down. It has the oh no, I guess it doesn't matter because it can go either way. It has the hive and the bee. This bee kind of creeps me out. I don't particularly like him all that much. I like this one's okay. This guy looks like he might sting me. And kind of newspaper print, and then all newspapery on the back, and all the articles are about bees and honey. All right. So these are the two that I have left, and I'm going to work with these tonight. But there's also, I wanted to show you, I used all of these to do my mini album, my 6x8. And so I have a lot of these 4-inch strips left. Super cool. These are some of the other papers so that you can see. I love this one. I like the stripes. The bee is really cute, the little tiny bee. Right? So, I digress. Let me move you guys over. Let's get back to our note. We are going to add our paper pack. So now I've got my simple, my paper pack. I haven't even started with the photos yet. Here they come. So I choose the photos from my phone and I print what I need. I have recently switched to the Sprocket printer. I used to have a Canon Selfie and I still have it. Hi, Diane. But it's so much older that it wouldn't update, so I only could print, and it wasn't printing my photos the way I wanted. It was an old version, so I had to update. I decided to go with this one, and I'm really happy with it. Same idea. It comes with the little paper that matches. I think I have it right here. I do. It comes with a paper pack that coordinates with the ink pack, so you get 2 paper packs, 1 ink cartridge. And when you run out of ink, you have also run out of paper. So that works out pretty well. Yes, it's more expensive, but I'm only printing what I want. It's cheaper to send it off to Walgreens or Walmart or CVS or Persnickety Prints or all of those places. But then you're printing everything. I'm printing just what I need for the simple that I chose. I'm also going to grab my simple toolkit, right? Which is going to help me crop my photos. Then I'm going to journal, and then I'm going to add digital art to it, or my sticker sheet, or my stamp set, or my embellishments, whatever. Okay, so that's the order. So we start with the simple, at least for me. I start with the simple, I add the paper, and then I bring in the pictures. Now, the reason I say start with the paper, after the simple, before the photos, it's really hard to match paper to photos, right? That's always our challenge. Every single person, if I say, what's your number one hassle? It's picking the right paper. But because I picked this paper and I knew this was the look that I wanted, I went through my photos. Now this photo is Rosie at the doctor's office terrorizing the doctor's stuff. But this was an electric green, super green, like candy apple green behind her that would not have gone with any paper I ever would have found. But by switching it to a black and white, because I knew I was going to go with this, I got to see her expressions in her face, and I did that in my app before I hit print. It's super easy. Same location, same really ugly green wall. This was in their playroom, but the colors were super vibrant because it was middle of the day. I toned it down just a little before I hit print. All of it. I didn't have to go through a photo app or anything crazy. The selfie app, which I would show you, except the camera's working right now. This is one, and our colors look terrible because Ro is so pale. This is when she was sick, and our skin colors weren't coordinating at all. But by turning it black and white, you can see the emotion in the picture, but you don't see the glaring difference. This one, color was great, not a problem. This one too was kind of a weird color because she wasn't feeling good, and this one was fine. So I printed a few, but I didn't have to print all. I just went through and picked out some of the last week of Rosie, and I can do this layout just for her. So I'm going to put my pictures and my stickers aside. And again, this would not necessarily have been a paper pack that if I looked at these photos that I would have gone to. I am so indoctrinated into subtles and pinks and lilacs. I would have gone with Wonderland. Kathy, we know we love that. I would have gone with Sawyer, which was the other choice. But I decided to step out of the comfort zone a little bit and use something that I like, but it's not necessarily would have been my first choice, but it's kind of cool. Okay. The other things that come with that, just so that you know, are these sweet little black and white dots. They're great. They're super easy. They're already pre-adhesived. We'll be going with those. This is the digital art. This is not all, but many of the paper packs have digital art that works in the Cricut. Diane, I have the selfie. No, I don't. I have the Sprocket printer. Let me see if I can bring it over here. This is the printer that I have. It's just like the Canon selfie, but within it, it lets me choose a color. It's a super easy swipe. I'll do a video of it later. Right now, that phone, which is the app is on, is the camera up there. So when I'm not doing this, I will record what that looks like and show it to you so that you can see. But it's really pretty easy. These are the Cork Sheets. I love the dimension that this gives us from the honey. These things pop out. This is from the Sweetest Honey. And they're already sticky on the back. They're already adhesived, so I don't have to worry about it. This is the digital art, and I used offset in Design Space to give it a background. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that later too. All right, so let's put this on here. First things first, get your simple to your shadow. I had the Canon selfie. I did, Diane. Same thing. It's the same kind of app. The problem I had was mine was an older one, and I couldn't get it to update with my phone. It wouldn't, and so it wasn't communicating well. I probably could have figured it out, but I wanted a new one. I'll be straight up honest. I really wanted to try a different one. All right, so I'm going to line this up. I start with one. This is a narrow mat. It's not a huge one. And I get you down. Okay, now I'm ready for my photos. All of these are 3x4s, so that's easy. And I like the 3x4 because it really does give you a good size photo. Alrighty, so a couple of options with row, but this is going to give me one that will go this way, right? Horizontal is always tough for me because I tend to take my photos the other way. Even when I think about it, this is the bunny that she got for Christmas from us. If you remember, Ro was sick right after the holidays, so we didn't get to play a lot. So we are making up for it now. She's fine. She's doing great. Clean bill of health. The doctor was happy to see her. She's a maniac. All right, so there's that. The girls are great too, the older girls. But this is a rosy layout. So that's going to go there. I don't know which my other one is. I love this one of her. So I'm going to go like this. Now I'm not going to get the magic wand, but that's okay because I want her face more than anything. I could go this way and just get her face, but I don't think I want this in the background. So I think I'm going to go this way. She is something. So next, I think it's next weekend. Is that the 5th? Maybe it's 2 weeks. Mommy and Daddy are going to a wedding and Rosie is sleeping over. I think sleep is not part of the plan, but we'll see. And Grace and Lucy too. I said I wanted everybody because they would play with her. They are the easy ones. All right, so I'm going to try this without gluing them down first until I decide what gets my attention the way I like it. Kathy and I have been talking, and Kathy's been doing a lot of flipping the simple to get things the way you want if it doesn't necessarily go the way that you think it should. For example, how this would work, I might have to turn this one the other way, which is why I'm not putting anything down until I get my photos on it. So as you can see, this layout is going to get me 5 photos. Well, what if I don't have 5 photos? Well, this is the advantage of picking the simple first, because you can then go find another photo. So I don't have to, if I only had 4 photos of Rosie and she didn't live down the street from me and I couldn't send a note to her mom and say, send me another photo, all of those things are probably doable. I could use one of these to journal in. I could use one of these as an embellishment. I could use one of these super cool stickers, like this adorable bee could go right here. I always start with my photos, Kathy. I thought that's what I would have said until recently, because I have so many photos. I'm overwhelmed with the amount of photos that I have. But if I start with not all my photos, then I don't have to worry about that I have to scrap everything. So anyway, it's worth a try. Give it a shot. See what you think. See how it works for you. I'm going to go this way. This idea, I have to give credit to where it's due. I told you I went to a scrapbooking online event last weekend called Scrap Happy, and the keynote speaker was Teresa Collins, who I love to watch. I love her stuff. And I was listening to Teresa, and she was talking about that getting all the photos is overwhelm, that we get so overloaded when we look at our phone, because you could easily have 50 photos today, or at least I do. I take too many and my daughter's just as bad. Hey, Deb. So anyway, I'm going to give this a shot. Yeah. Right, Jeannie? But if you go through and you know the simple has room for 5 and you can only pick 5, you're probably going to pick 7. But pick 5 to print, then you can figure out where they're going to go. And it's not so incredibly overwhelming. Now, I don't like the 2 colors together and the black and white on the end. So I think, but I don't want that there. I think I'm going to switch it this way and this way. I like that. And I'm okay with that. And I didn't really plan this at all. This went here. This went in the middle. So now we go color, black and white, color, black and white, black and white. Blah, blah. It works. But I didn't really plan it that way. I promise you, I did not plan this out other than starting with the simple and working through the process. I don't know that it'll work for you. Everyone has their own process. But hey, I would give it a shot and see what you think. Try it once. If it makes your head hurt and it doesn't work well, then you won't do it again, will you? There's that one. She did not exactly say start with a simple because she doesn't know about our simples. But her point was still take your photos, but you got to get them out of your phone. Now, I don't need every single one of these. There were probably 6 photos that were taken at the doctor's office. Yeah. Oh, awesome, Jeannie. And good to hear that. I feel like it makes sense in the digital world. In the past, we didn't have that. We just got the photos that we got. And if you are a Pinkalicious fan, you get what you get and you don't get upset. And you just kind of had to go with it. Well, now you don't have to. And I can change the tone. I didn't go through and change colors or decide if it was sepia or what. I just went black and white or color. I really didn't go crazy. Yep, and you'll turn it to the way it goes. If you look at this, the simple had gone this way. It was supposed to go in the picture. It went that way. Well, I didn't do that. I went this way. So they're really easy to turn. Not a problem. You can also modify them in Design Space, but I'm saying you might not know what you want it to be in Design Space because you don't know what it's going to be till you get your pictures in it. I need my trimmer. So remember, your Close to My Heart paper comes with this super duper cute little zip strip. And the zip strip is makes a great little border. Right. Yes, Jeannie, you're so true. Jeannie's saying that the older pictures are harder because you don't have that many and you're kind of stuck with what you've got. And that's why really scrapbooking now is really different because you aren't stuck with what you have. Deb, there are several that have the full 4x6. There are. They'll have something else with it, but there are several that do that. And I try to make sure that there's 1 or 2. They don't have a cropping tool, of course, because they don't need to be. But let's just take this for example and say you wanted a full 4x6, but there wasn't one here. Well, I could take this photo, this full 4x6, and instead of, I was going to do this a little bit differently, but let me show you what I could do. Let's put this here. And then this is going to go here, but I need something because you can see how the paper bleeds into the, that's why I think simples are so cool because they give you your frame. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to take my leftover scrap. I don't know, is this big enough? I don't know if it is. This is my leftover, let's see. And I'm going to cut a 4 1/4 by a 6 1/4. I don't know if I have that in this. You're big enough there. I am using a Fisker one. Jeannie, I try and do, those of you that don't know, which I think all of you do, but those of you that don't know, I am a Close to My Heart person now, and I do try to use what is available. My other thing was that I was having trouble with, I just cut this wrong, so it's talking. I had enough room, but I cut it wrong. It should have been 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and I just did 4 1/4 by 6. But you know, hey, we'll live. So this is what I wanted to do. Oh, I guess I did it right. So I made my own little mat, super quick. I don't want to do that for all my photos, though. I want my simple to do that. I like this Fisker one, though, Jeannie. I do. It works really well. It's got, there's another Fisker, too. I used to use one all the time until I went to the Stampin' Up! One. But I do like it. Okay, so now I can add this in. And by all means, go with it. Use what you have. But if you don't have and you like this, this is what I'm using. And I'm hoping to share different ideas with you so that you can see. But I seriously don't think that you need to go shopping when you have a ton of stuff in your closet. So this could go just like that, and I'd be good to go. I could also add this underneath, which would look kind of cool. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I just want you. And that might look good. So even though the simple didn't fill that in, I was going to put you here. Right. I do too. I have some Cricut ones, but I really do like this one. It cuts good. Right, that's where it goes. It cuts good every time. And I don't have... I can't find my glue dots right this second, but something else that I'm not using, but I want to show you. These are the 2 stamp sets that go with this one. This would look really cool. If you didn't have another photo, you could do this stamp on one of these and add to your layout with your stamp. This has this awesome little beehive. The digital art is less expensive if you have a Cricut, and you can do print and cut with it. Super easy. And that gives you a lot of flexibility too. And the images all coordinate with the pattern paper. If you have paper from another company, this is a, they're called digital art, Diane. If I, hold on, let me get this off. And you download them, unzip, that you have to purchase them separately. They're not included in the paper. So you could get just this. Let me see if I can find it for you super easy. Okay, so when you go into my shopping site, click on shop, and you're going to scroll down to where it says digital art. And you can see these are the digital collections that go with all the different paper packs. So here's the Sweetest Honey one. This one is in addition to the paper pack. It's not part of it. It's separate because not everybody's a Cricut person. When you purchase this, you then have to download it to your computer and then bring it into Design Space. So you'll sign in here. After you buy it, you think, okay, where'd it go? You'll sign in here. This is me, but you'll sign in yourself. And you go up to the top and you'll look at My Account. And over here, you will see your digital library. These are not in Design Space yet. They're still just in your account. See where you download them? And you'll save them somewhere on your computer where your SVGs get saved, and then you'll upload them into Design Space. This is the one I brought in. Let's go out and see if there's another one that we like. There's this super cute heart, the flower. What's nice about these, if you like, let's say we like the flower and bring it in. and upload. Bring it into Design Space. I can say, well, yeah, that's cool, but I don't want to go through all that. I don't want to cut that all out. You can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. I don't want to do that. I can flatten it. And now I've turned it into a print then cut, and it's going to print and match the colors in the stickers. Right? Fun. It really does. If you have found a kit that you love, if you, like we've been talking about Wonderland because we think it's cool. Wonderland's really pretty in a winter. Now, if you don't have any winter where you are, it's probably not as cool for you. But if you find one that you really like, then I would get the digital because it gives you a lot more options. So now I have Love Goes On Forever, which is what I'm thinking I want to use. Remember, these are sticky. And I want it to be, whoopsie, move over here. It's either going to be Love Goes On Forever or Family is what I was going to use, but I think I want this. And I want it to go like so. Right? Can you see all this? Hold on. I've got like, I'm a little wider than I need to be today. That's my own problem. Always wider than I need to be. And then this is going to go here. Now remember I said journaling. At least the who, what, when, where, why. I don't have to do a whole novel. I don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff by hand. If I really hate my handwriting, I can let Cricut do it. There's a sweet little tag that I liked that I could pop in. I'm also, because I love this bee, I'm going to take this little bee. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick these down first. Another cool thing that you can do with these is you can use your foam tape on the back and pop these up if you want. Lana has explained to me and pointed out to me there are little foam dot things in the catalog that I was unaware of. I am still using up my dimensionals from my previous life here. I really don't like dimensionals because I hate the little squares that they leave all over the house. So I kind of like this better, but there are little dots. So we're going to test those. I haven't done it yet. I'm not the best salesperson in the world. I'm not. I don't know everything about everything in the catalog. I know what I like, and then I forget that other people might have different tastes. I did order the True Story, the 6x8 album kit. I did order that just because I loved all the flips and the flops and the little pieces inside. So cool. It's not here yet, but it's coming. I do. I want everything, Deb. I do. That's why I became a maker, because I want everything. The VIP is pretty slick, though. Remember, VIP lets you get a 15% coupon to use on your next order. So when you place an order, you get a coupon, a credit that it stays. Like you can collect them. You don't have to use them all at once. There's that. This just needs a little bit right here. Okay, and now it's time to make the fun stuff and journal. I also loved the Oh Honey, but I feel like I don't really have room for that because I have so many pictures, but that might go on my other layout. This Oh Honey is great. I love the little bee. He's going to go right there. I get carried away with these stickers. I think they're the coolest things. These little stickers are so adorable. I love them. And then I've been practicing writing small so that I can get them on here. But who, what, when, where, why might be really tough. But I'm going to try and see if I can, what I can get on one of these before I take it off. Oh, I like that too. Those mandalas. Jeannie, are gorgeous, but they are so detaily. I think I'm going to go with this one. Rosie. January 22. She's at home and at the doctor's. So we're just going to say at home. And then I wanted to say feeling good. And I need something little. Oh, right here, this one. So even though these weren't made for that, and it's not necessarily a journaling thing, I'm going to make them do it. So I'm going to take, but by writing it on here first, if I mess it up, well, then I messed it up and it didn't really work. I'm going to put this one over here. Now, I'm not crazy about my handwriting, but I am when it's little. I'm okay with it being little. And then I'm going to grab some of these little dots. And I feel like the dots are going to be the finishing touch. I'm going to do 3 of these guys across the bottom. Whoops. And then I could use this if I want to, but I find that I do, when I'm using all the close to my heart stuff, I tend to make my layouts a little more foofy than I used to because I get to use all this fun stuff. I was really good about just doing bleh. One of the things to think about when you're doing your background paper is you want, if you're going to pick a pattern, which this is, but it's little. It's kind of fades into the background. Now, I could have put this just on a solid cardstock, which probably would have been my norm. I don't think I want you. You're too much. You take away from photos. But we've got these. But remember, I have my second page to do. So I have this one and this one. And I probably could find another photo. So now I need to go find another simple that could coordinate, that could go over here. And I could use, because I have another piece, I could use this right next to it. I could use that Oh Honey that I really like. And let's go with the photos that we have. And then I have that one, and I need another simple. Now, what if I don't want to go through the whole hassle of another simple? I could just literally cut another photo mat that's going to coordinate and pop this down. So now I've gotten myself a 2-page layout, which I really wasn't thinking I was going to do. This needs a shadow mat, so the trimmer will help me do it. And then I would probably do this with it. Then I'm going to get my Oh Honey up here. Oh Honey needs something behind it. So maybe it could go on top of the strip. Right? I have 2 strips. Put 2 strips together and put Oh Honey over that. Yep. So because you have so much to work with that all goes together, it does make it much easier. And I really still have a ton of stickers. So it seems like, oh gosh, I got carried away. But I have all of these. I have these 2 strips here. I have Moment in Time, My Happy Place, Remember, Tell Your Story. So many more cool options. I still like that bee. I love this big bee. I was originally thinking he was going to go on the honeycomb. He might still. No, I don't want him. I want the next one down. Because I cut the honeycomb, I could definitely cut another one and put it over here and tie those 2 pages together. Because this came from my Cricut digital file. All right. Well, thanks for coming tonight. And I'm excited to have you try this on something and tell me what you think. Yay or nay. I think it might make it easier and take some of that headache of colors out of your drama because you can make sure that your photos are going to go with it. So for example, when I looked at this, I had some Christmas photos, but they were just a little too red and green. I think I would probably use a black and white with them because the colors, you know, I'm really kind of matchy-matchy and I don't like a lot of patterns. I like this one. So thanks for coming tonight and happy scrapbooking. I hope you have a good weekend. If you're thinking about you really want to do this, remember there's still time to jump into the subscription and I will see you then. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.